Hey friends, welcome back to Spirit Made Me Do It. So happy to have you here. Thank you so much for all your comments and all the love that you give out. It means the world to me. Welcome to all my new subscribers. So happy to have you. We have such a lovely community here. Today we are looking at the energies of May. And I can't believe it's already May. I know I say that, I think I say that pretty much every month, but boy, this year is really flying by. So let's see what Spirit has for us this month. I've brought out my little love candle. It's a rose quartz candle holder, so it puts out the love to everybody and into the universe. And for, special people looking for love. So here you go, putting it out there for you. So let's start off with Archangel Michael, like we do, and see what he has to say about the month of May. I'm a big Camelot fan, and there's a song called May. And they say it's the month of yes, you may. So I'm being reminded of that. And what I'm feeling is don't forget to say yes to things. Don't forget to try something new. Don't be afraid. Go forward fearlessly. If something's put in front of you, say yes. Oh, isn't that interesting? I shuffled this upside down and now I'm confused. Well, we're going to take the one from the bottom and from the top because I'm not sure which one to go for here. Lean on God and the angels for support. Yes, absolutely. The fact that that card is coming up is telling me, yeah, it could be a little rocky this month, but let's wait and see. Let's see what happens. But trust your guides, trust your instinct. Let's see what else we have. Pay attention to your dreams. This has been coming up quite a bit lately. It's really more about all the communication that Spirit is trying to do with you. They're trying to communicate with you. So don't be hesitant to say thank you when you have a synchronicity, because that'll help things along. If you have a dream that seems significant, write it down and keep an eye on it. See what it might turn out to be. Just keep an eye on those things. Spirit is constantly trying to communicate with you. Spirit does a lot of communicating with me. Like just before I do a reading, they use a lot of earthly things for me. I get a lot of messages from songs that I listen to before I do a reading. There are certain things that start happening to me. I might get like a pain in my head, or something along those lines. And it's always amazing, even though they seem incredibly insignificant. And I'm kind of like, I don't know if this is going to mean anything to you. It always seems to. It always seems to come up. So, well, let's have a look at May. I'm waiting for the cards to tell me that I can go ahead. And there it is. There's my sign to split the deck and start. Okay, so this is for the first week, which is May 1st through 5th. This is for the 6th through the 12th. This card is for the 13th through the 19th, and then finally from the 20th right up until the end of the month. All right, let's see what we have. For the first week, we have the Ace of Wands reversed. The Ace of Wands reversed is don't give up, just try again, plan it right, and you'll know when. Okay. This is also about making sure that you take other people into consideration when you're making a decision. I always say, do what is highest and best for all involved. And that's always very, very important, but also take their advice into consideration as well. Let's get clarifiers on that. Okay, we have the Hermit. All right, so we're starting off strong with a major arcana here. This is such a beautiful Hermit card. Look at her. She's just floating in space. She's in full meditation. And the second clarifier is the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This could be a matter of money. a situation involving money here. The Nine of Pentacles reverse is telling me you really should get advice on this. Make sure you get advice. So go back and ask somebody, check with somebody else, listen to what they have to say about it, but also trust your instincts. Go into meditation on this. Listen to what other people have to say. Take that into consideration. But also make sure you take your own feelings into consideration. Even if somebody says, yes, go ahead and do this. If you're feeling no, my tendency would be to go with what I'm feeling inside. Take what they have to say into consideration, but make sure you go back and just plan things well. Just make sure you've got a plan. Always have a plan B too. All right, so for the second week, we have the Hermit reversed. Isn't that interesting? We've got the Hermit twice here. They really want you to pay attention to your inner guide, but don't go into isolation. The second week might make you want to go into isolation on things. The first week, yeah, take everything into consideration and plan well. The second week, you might want to be isolated a little bit. You might feel that you need that time to just be alone and just take care of yourself. This can also be about feeling a little bit lost. So some of you might be feeling a little bit off kilter that second week of May. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. To clarify that, the Queen of Pentacles reversed is somebody who can ignore things that she doesn't like. Again, not gender specific, but this is also a card about depending too much on others. I know that seems like a contradiction from the first week. And maybe it is. I mean, things happen that way, right? One week feels one thing, the second week feels something else. But together with that Hermit card, it's really telling me to go into isolation, go into that meditation this second week. This whole year really has been about listening to yourself, listening to your inner guidance, trusting your guides, trusting your spirit connection, trusting the universe, however you look at it. And it's also about really going with the flow and the choice, making the decision to always do for the highest and the best. Those three things have been throughout through so far this year, just keep coming out all the time in different readings and just in general. They wanted me to cut the deck again here. So let's get another clarifier for this. The Queen of Cups. Lots of queens, lots of feminine energy going on here. And that's good. Feminine energy is nurturing. Going into that isolation, going in on your own, yes, it's going to help you see things more clearly. The Queen of Cups is the most psychic queen. Yes, this second week is really about going inside, really trusting your instincts, going inside, trusting your connection with spirit. Let's see what the third week brings, because that could be pertinent to what's going on. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Again, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed. That's really interesting, isn't it? The Queen of Pentacles reversed, as I said, it's about relying too much on other people. This third week of May, there may be some things that might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Don't worry about it. Like I said, everything's going to be fine. It's going to be a wonky year. It really is. The energies are nuts. And there are going to be a lot of opportunities for upheaval to happen. Do not worry. Do not worry. In this particular case, put your head in the sand. Just trust that everything is going to be okay. Go inside. Again, we've got a lot of meditation things happening here. Go inside. But let's get a clarifier for this Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Knight of Pentacles for me is always, somebody who needs a fire lit under their behind. But it seems like whatever's happening this third week, you might be self-motivated. But this is also a card about being at a standstill as well. And another clarifier. The High Priestess. I don't know if you heard my bell go off. My bell always means pay attention to this. The High Priestess. The High Priestess actually came up in my short that I did for tomorrow. So again, it's about going inside. It's about having that knowledge, that wisdom, that connection to the wisdom. This is really going to be a month where you really do need to rely on yourself. I think it feels to me, the energy feels to me like there's going to be a bit of confusion this month. It feels as though this month might have you questioning what's really going on, what's really happening. You might not know who to believe on things this month. It could be that type of a month. But it's all going to be okay. Don't worry about anything. I mean, just because the energies feel that way, it doesn't feel like anything crazy. But when you start to question yourself, that can make you feel very much off kilter, right? And we had the Ace of Cups, and we had the Queen of Cups here somewhere. Yeah, the Queen of Cups right here. She's emotionally balanced, but she could be thrown off a little bit. Go inside, trust inside, exhale. As John Davis would say, exhale. Because when you're afraid, this makes so much sense to me when he said this to me. When you're afraid, what do? You go, right? Exhale, exhale, and you release that fear. Exhaling is very, very important. That's come up already once today with a reading that I had. Okay, let's have a look at the last part of the month. And we have the Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah, this is a month of not charging into things. This is a month of contemplation. This is a month of really taking a deep breath and exhaling and listening to your guides. Sit in that place of love. Sit in that place of love. That's why my love candle wanted to come out. Although it's a nice addition, I think I'm going to keep it. What else with this Knight of Swords? Knight of Swords reverse really is about not rushing into things, about not making any quick decisions. Don't make any lifestyle changes, that kind of a thing. Don't do anything on a whim. This is a time to sit back. Let's see what a clarifier we have here. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. This particular Five of Pentacles, you can see the key, and you can see right behind her, the key is being illuminated. And there's the keyhole. Going inside, going inside yourself, as the rest of the cards have been saying, is really the key to this. Be patient. If you rush into things, it could have a negative effect. Or I like to say uncomfortable effect. It could have an uncomfortable effect. Don't rush into anything. The key really is the meditation through all of this. That's what they've been saying this whole month. Really trust yourself. And the final card is the Empress reversed. It's going to end on a strong note for sure. The Empress reversed can be a chaotic situation. It can have to do with poor planning. If you don't plan things right in the beginning, like we said, the beginning of the month, make sure your plans are coordinated. Listen to everything before you make any moves on anything. I would hold off making any big decisions in May. This really seems like a time where it's all about going inside. Pay attention. This is a time where you're being told, pay attention to your inner self. Don't forget to lean on God and the spirits, right? God and your angels, your spirit team, however you look at that, source. And like they said, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention. This whole reading has been about going inside. We've had two hermits here. We have two queens here. Well, we have several queens here, but we had we had the Queen of Pentacles twice, reversed both times. We have the High Priestess. This is all telling us to go inside and trust. Like I said, things could be a little chaotic, and I'm really being drawn into the world here. There could be something that happens this last week in May that really might kind of throw a monkey wrench into things. I wouldn't make any plans this month. I wouldn't make any big decisions this month if you can help it. But if you do, make sure that you have meditated on this. Make sure that you are listening to your gut, listen to your inner self, trust your guides, trust your connection with source, trust however you look at that. This is not a month where you want to make any decisions if you can help it. And this situation here, again, don't put fear into it. There is no reason to put fear into anything. It's just a waterfall moment. Waterfall moments happen. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. I promise. Everything will work out fine at the end. If it doesn't work out, it's not the end. Okay, this card is jumping out at me. This is what my messages from Spirit. They want to give you something good to walk away with here, because this month is looking kind of a little touchy. But it's all in how you perceive it. If you just perceive it as, okay, this is a waterfall moment, this is an opportunity to experience something different, then it'll be fine for you. It's all in how you perceive things. If you think it's bad, it's going to be bad. If you're concentrating on the worst, it's going to be the worst. Choose to be happy. Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. It's just an experience. Nothing that can happen in this world affects your essence. Nothing can affect your soul. Nothing diminishes who you are. It's all just a play. Okay, they want me to cut the deck, which means for the next 3 cards, they want me to take this one. They want me to take the one at the bottom. And they want me to take the one at the top. So this is what we're doing. Okay. The first card that came out is your outer world is a mirror to your inner state. This is a reminder that we express what we're feeling inside. Make sure you take that time to meditate. They're being very, very clear about this. Make sure you take that time to meditate. Find your balance, find your happy place. The second card, everything in its own place, everything in its own space. And I had to correct this. I have to redo this card. This came up actually in a reading that I had this week. And what they're talking about is divine timing here. When they're talking about in its place, in its space, it's where it is on the timeline, so to speak. It's where it shows up. It's all about divine timing. This is a time to really trust the angels, listen to your instincts. This is a month of trust for sure. The third card, you wouldn't talk to your friends that way. Okay. Don't go into that place where you're talking bad about yourself. Anything that happened up here that didn't work out for you, if that's the case, if you chose not to listen and, went off willy-nilly doing whatever you wanted, don't beat yourself up. There is never a good time to beat yourself up. You wouldn't do it to your friends. Speak highly of yourself. Remember that you are a piece of God. You are a drop from that ocean, and you are also that entire ocean within the drop. How can you not be good? How could you not be worthy? How could you not be love? We are love. We are all love. Love on yourself. That is like the most important, the greatest love of all. Remember that, Whitney Houston? I can see her singing in my head, that beautiful woman with that beautiful voice. The voice of my generation, for sure. But she spoke the truth. The greatest love of all is the love that you have for yourself. It's most important. Put the oxygen mask on yourself before you try to save everyone else. The final card, don't break yourself trying to fix someone else. This has been coming up a lot lately too. Again, put the oxygen mask on yourself before you go trying to help everybody else. And this came up in a reading yesterday with one of my new friends. And it's really important to love on yourself and fix yourself before you go trying to fix everyone else. You can't save everyone, and you're not supposed to save everyone. Just take it easy. Take it easy this month. Meditate, find your happy space. It's all good. It's all good, people. Don't worry about it. Have a wonderful month. I will see you next week with the weekly reading for May. Take care. Love you guys.